Going on, guys? BrettO Live back with another video, and welcome to the Week in Review, episode 164. This is a good Monday Night Raw, in my opinion. There was some bad crap. Like always it is Monday Night Raw. Don't expect everything to be good on Monday Night Raw. Not everything was good. There was some really good stuff, though. We're going to be talking about it in this video. Some confusing crap, but it was a decent Monday Night Raw. Sorry about last week, guys. I was on vacation. I did miss the Week in Review on last Saturday. I know, I'm sorry, but this week we are back. We are back, baby. Monday Night Raw. Let's jump into it. Starting over here, before we talk about the main things that happened on the show, John Cena, man. John Cena's returning, guys. John Cena's returning, I believe, June 27th. 20 years to the day when he debuted back in 2002. How freaking nuts is that, dude? He was returning the day, like literally the day that he returned 20 years ago. Debuted 20 years ago. I cannot wait. I'm so interested to see what he's going to do. I guarantee he goes up against Theory. I really hope he wins the United States title, too. I really hope he doesn't job to Theory. I know they're more than likely going to put over Theory. That's probably the number one thing they're planning on doing. But I want Cena to have another United States title run because he was one of the best United States champions of all time, in my opinion, in 2015. That was just so prime. Like, literally so prime. I'm excited to see what Cena's going to do. Moving over here, opening segment of the show, we saw Cody Rhodes come out talking about his Hell in a Cell match. What went down? Of course, he wrestled that match with a torn pectoral muscle. He went into that match with a torn pectoral muscle. That is insane. I have mad respect for this absolute king. He comes out here talking about the match, talking about Seth Rollins, how he has respect for Rollins after that match. Seth Rollins comes out, says how he has respect for Cody Rhodes, and leaves. Cody Rhodes' music hits. It's over, right? He's walking up the ramp. No, Seth Rollins from behind with a sledgehammer right to the back of the neck of Cody Rhodes, and then he assaults him. He beats him up after he said he had respect for him, this scumbag. So they're going to continue this Seth Rollins-Cody Rhodes rivalry? Or is this just a I got the last lap on you from Seth Rollins? This could continue towards Money in the Bank. It could continue towards SummerSlam. I don't know. They will meet again, though. I guarantee that. But this was so uncalled for. I'm like, Seth, what? Like, literally, after everything you guys went through inside of that cell, this was so uncalled for. But it was a really cool opening to the show. Moving over here. Oh, this was so crap, in my opinion. Becky Lynch versus Dana Brooke, one-on-one. I'm like, why are we getting this? It was Becky Lynch, Dana Brooke. The match was freaking lame. It was freaking lame. It ended up turning into a 24/7 match because Akira Tozawa ran out with the 24/7 goons, and then they ended up in the ring. Akira Tozawa got pinned by Dana Brooke, new 24/7 champion Dana Brooke, and then Becky wanted a match with the 24/7 title. I'm like, oh my god, Becky Lynch is going to start fighting for the 24/7 title. What has happened to her? And then they started fighting, and then Dana Brooke actually ended up winning because of Asuka. Asuka distracted Becky Lynch or did something to Becky Lynch. I think she might have held her legs down or something in order for Becky Lynch to lose. I thought this was all freaking garbage. I hated every minute of it. Moving over here, it was the Mysterios. Well, actually, it was Dominic Mysterio going up against Veer Mahaan. One-on-one, of course, Dominic returning after his injury pretty recently because of Veer Mahaan. This match was pretty lame. I'm not a big fan of Veer Mahaan. I'm cool with the Mysterios. I like the Mysterios, of course. But Veer Mahaan's freaking so lame, in my opinion. He's just so boring, dude. This match was boring. Rey Mysterio ended up turning it into a disqualification because he couldn't watch it anymore. He couldn't watch his son get beat up in the ring. So yeah, it was a disqualification, and then they kind of just reigned supreme. It was just lame. I wasn't into it, even though both of those figures look absolutely freaking fantastic. Moving over here, it was Omos. Omos, what is he going to do after losing to Bobby Lashley again at the Cell and MVP at the Cell? What is Omos's next thing? So he comes out, faces Cedric Alexander. Cedric Alexander gets squashed in like 45 seconds. It was a boom, like a powerbomb slam. It was over. I was like, this is freaking stupid. Omos and MVP are walking up the ramp, and what's his name? The interview guy. He's got the accent. He's really cool. I like him. Kevin Patrick's out there, and he's like, please welcome the Dirty Dogs. I'm like, what? They're just going to film an interview right now? So they start filming the interview. They're like, oh, we're back. And then Omos interrupts it. Dolph Ziggler gets a super kick on MVP, I believe. And then I was just like, this is so random. Why? The Dirty Dogs out of nowhere. I just thought that was so random. I'm like, why? Dude, they should completely split up. I've been saying that for literally a year now. Split up these two men, bro. They are so good singles. Keep Rude heel, turn Ziggler face. Ziggler's better as a face, in my opinion. Yeah, but as far as all that goes, complete boring garbage. Moving over here was the Usos versus Street Profits. This match was okay. Pretty fun. Yeah, decent action from Montez Ford, decent action from the Usos, not bad. In the end, the Street Profits actually ended up winning. This was a championship contenders match, so if the Street Profits win, they get a future championship match for the tag titles, of course. The Usos lost by count out. They did not get pinned. Montez Ford just beat the count, which I was like, okay, that's a way to give the Street Profits the win. But I swear, whenever the Street Profits get a big win, they always end up losing the big one. Whenever they get the big match, they always lose it. Literally, they always lose it. I don't think anything's going to be different here. I think they're going to lose their championship match, no doubt. Moving over here, it was Riddle, special guest on Miz TV, and they were talking about Miz's balls. I'm like, why? This is so weird and stupid. I mean, it was funny, but it was just so odd. Maurice was out there freaking advertising the new season of Miz and Mrs. I'm like, what is happening? Of course, it turned into a match. Riddle versus the Miz. Miz was wrestling in a freaking tuxedo. Riddle tore his pants off and then ended up beating him 1, 2, 3. This match was very odd. Riddle won with an RKO, I believe. It was cool seeing Riddle get the win, but I don't care. Moving over here, it was freaking, oh my gosh, what was it? Ezekiel versus Otis, one-on-one. Match was boring. Ezekiel ended up picking up the victory with a backslide. And then he called out Kevin Owens. He's like, Kevin Owens, I challenge you to a match. So they're going to be having another match. And Kevin Owens said, all you have to do is admit to me that you're Elias. And he's like, I'm Elias. Okay, you got me. And then Elias is like, and then Ezekiel's like, it's that easy. All I had to do was lie, just like you. And I'm like, okay, so there's going to be another match between them, in other words. Moving over to Bobby Lashley. What are the next steps for Lashley? I thought for sure it was Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns was going to come out and interrupt this man, but no. Theory, the United States champion that's supposed to be feuding with Cena pretty soon, comes out and he freaking interrupts Lashley, tries to get a selfie with him, and Lashley wasn't having it. Got him out of the ring, pushed him out of the ring. Thought it was pretty cool. I don't really want to see Lashley as the United States champion. I want to see him to go up to the undisputed world Universal champion Roman Reigns. I don't want to see him go for the United States title, man. I really don't. But yeah, it was okay, obviously. Oh my God. Big talk. We have to talk about this, guys. Judgment Day. Judgment Day. At this point, Edge, Rhea Ripley, and Damian Priest, they all come out, and they're like, okay, we have a new member. Who is it? Finn Balor. Comes out. I'm like, ooh, is this a work? Because Finn Balor's still face at this point. He walks down to the ring, shakes hands with Edge, and Judgment Day has 4 men now. And Rhea Ripley, of course. But yeah, 4 guys in Judgment Day now. I'm like, oh my God, this is awesome. What is going to happen? Finn Balor's heel now? This is so cool. And then Damian Priest is like, we only have 1 weak link, and we must get rid of it. Looks at Edge. Clothesline! And they all beat the living crap out of Edge. I'm like, what? They did the concerto. They sent him through the announce desk. Multiple blows. 3-on-1. Edge had no chance. I was like, why? Why? Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley traded a WWE Hall of Famer, former Royal Rumble winner, former Money in the Bank winner, innovator of Money in the Bank, former world champion, former tag team champion. This guy, Edge, one of the best of all time. Why would you get rid of this teacher, Edge, and replace it with what I believe is the new leader, Finn Balor? I love Finn Balor's heel turn. Don't get me wrong. But this, in reality, makes no sense. Yes, but it caught me insanely off guard. I really enjoyed it. But like I said, it makes no sense why you would turn on this man. But yeah, I'm just to see what Judgment Day is going to do. But yeah, guys, that was Monday Night Raw. Interesting show. Yes, I did take a little more time on it this time because there was a lot to talk about. Decent amount of stuff happened on the Monday Night Raw. In the end, I'm going to give it a solid 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5 here for Raw. There was still some really bad crap, dude. There was some good crap. I like the Cody and Seth stuff. I like the Judgment Day stuff. There was some still really bad stuff. We're going to jump into SmackDown and continuing the week in review here with SmackDown. Starting off first with the opening match of the night. It was Sheamus going up against Drew McIntyre in a Money in the Bank qualifiers match. So the winner of this match will move on to the Money in the Bank ladder match happening sometime in July. I think it's the beginning of July. But yeah, the winner, it was nobody. it ended in a double disqualification because both men hit each other with chairs at the same time, coincidentally. And I'm like, oh my God, really? Why not just give us a winner? Why not just have Drew beat Sheamus and have Drew get put in the Money in the Bank match? Why does it have to be, oh, they hit each other at the same time with the steel chairs? Just so dumb. Butch obviously tried to get involved multiple times, ended up getting Claymore taken out of the equation, but then it ended over here by the timekeepers area with 2 chairs, double disqualification. They approached Adam Pearce separately later backstage, basically just saying, make the right decision, put me in the match. So in the end, they're probably both going to be put in the match. I don't even know. I don't really care. That was kind of boring in my opinion. Moving over here, Lacey Evans had technically her debut, or her re-debut, if you will, because she's no longer the sassy Southern Belle. She ended up going up against Xia Li, and Xia Li hasn't done jack crap ever since coming up here to the main roster on SmackDown, and she got squashed here in this match. She got squashed. Lacey Evans was able to pick up the victory over her. It was pretty cool to see Lacey Evans back in the ring. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't the best match on the card, but she did pick up the victory over Xia Li, and this also was a Money in the Bank qualifiers match, so she is the first woman inside of the Money in the Bank match for the women's side, which I think is pretty cool. Moving over here, it was Gunther versus Ricochet for the IC title, and I was worried WWE was going to do this. Yes, they took away the title. They took the title away from Ricochet. We have a new Intercontinental Champion, which is Gunther. This was a really good match. Don't get me wrong. Ricochet, one of the best high flyers in the business, if you will. In my opinion. But yeah, Gunther, too strong for him. He was able to hit a wicked powerbomb in the end and just pin Ricochet. I'm like, oh my gosh. If I was booking this, I would have had Ricochet beat Gunther, have Ricochet just look insane, and then Gunther and Ludwig attack him after the match, showing that Ricochet won the match, but Gunther and Ludwig still, got the best of him. That's how I would have booked it, but, yeah, Gunther just kind of beat Ricochet. Ricochet's IC title run was boring anyway. He didn't do anything with that title, literally. Moving over here, it was Ronda Rousey going up against Shotzi Blackheart, one-on-one. Shotzi got just a random SmackDown Women's Championship contenders match by just coming out to the ring and saying, I want a match. And then, dude, she literally just got a match. The match was boring. Ronda Rousey should have looked more dominant in this match. I mean, it's Shotzi Blackheart. This should have been maybe a minute, not even 2-minute match. It was a little longer. But yeah, Ronda Rousey ended up picking the victory by tapping her out. And then Natalya attacked her from behind and locked in the sharpshooter on Ronda Rousey as a promo before the match. Ronda Rousey was saying how the sharpshooter is nothing, as she was literally writhing in pain. So yeah, but yeah, Natalya, overhyped in my opinion. She hasn't done jack crap. I don't know why she's getting a SmackDown Women's title match. Well, I know she won that, the six-pack challenge I believe they had, but still, Natalya hasn't done anything, literally nothing. She's not good, dude. But whatever. Moving over here, it was Riddle going up against Sami Zayn. If Riddle wins, he will get an undisputed Universal Championship match up against Roman Reigns. Next week on SmackDown, if Sami Zayn wins, he will be an official member of the Bloodline. Paul Heyman making the stipulation for this match. It was a one-on-one match. Pretty fun match. I did enjoy it. Back and forth action. They had me thinking Sami Zayn was going to win multiple times in this match. But in the end, we saw Riddle pick up the victory over Sami Zayn, giving Riddle that undisputed Universal Championship match next week against Roman Reigns, which I'm really looking forward to see Roman Reigns back in the freaking business, dude. I feel like I haven't seen him in a couple weeks, and that's why everything's been so crappy. But yeah, Riddle's got a matchup against Roman Reigns next week. I'm really looking forward to that. And yeah, the match wasn't too bad. And then, of course, the Usos, they attack Riddle from behind right after the match, trying to get the best of him. But then Riddle comes out with a kendo stick and beats the living crap out of both of them and takes the ring. Solid way to end the show. Riddle on top. I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, in the end, this was a pretty mid episode of SmackDown. I feel like I'm missing something. If I am, drop it down in the comments down below. But yeah, that has been SmackDown. In the end, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5. Early going to do the video. BrettO Live out.